Hey Butterfly Beauties, so I am back. So I'm back really to talk about something I posted on Instagram a few days ago. I work really long hours, and because I work really long hours, I hate to admit that I am bad at going back and doing the whole retouching your face, using the blotting and doing the powder and all that kind of stuff. I just kind of get to going and going and going and going and going. So I am, shame on me, I know, just shame on me that I am one of those women who many days will go without blotting at all in a shift. So I can actually go from 8 to 12 hours and not have touched my face, which I know is a crying shame. However, these last couple of days, I've actually been trying to try something a little bit different. I had a highlight disaster, but that's a whole nother story. So anyways, someone asked me on Instagram, what was I doing? What did I do? And I'm going to try to insert the picture of what I showed for 2 days in a row, where I started out my day around 1 or so, as far as putting on the makeup and all that good stuff. And then when I was back at the hotel, and it was around 1 o'clock in the morning. So I will try to insert that somewhere in here. But anyways, as far as the routine that I've taken that I've done over those last couple of days was a few separate steps before I do the whole foundation. So enough rambling. So I have really oily skin. In another video, I was talking about a makeup remover that I was using. But before I put on my makeup, I have witch hazel. So this is in the travel. I just put it in here, but it's witch hazel. So witch hazel is a great remedy toner, and they even have the witch hazel toner. It's not super expensive, like the things you can buy at Sephora and all that kind of stuff. I think like the witch hazel toner one is like $5 at Walmart. But anyways, I wipe down my face with the witch hazel first, because like I said, I'm really oily. So even when I wake up in the morning, I have nothing on my face, but it's oily. So I wipe it down with that first. And then I will put on my moisturizer. And Cetaphil has a Derma Control Oil Moisturizer. And this basically says it's formulated for acne prone skin. But really the reason I got it is because it was the oil control. So this is it right here. Now, one thing I have to say that I'm really bad about is that I do not leave it on for a long period of time before I go to the next step. So you should. So you should do your witch hazel, put your Cetaphil oil moisturizer on, and let it sit for about a minute or two, and then go to the next step that I do. And the next step that I actually go on is to put on and I love this, the Neutrogena Shine Control. And this is the primer, the Rice Protein Complex primer. So if you can see that. So I put that on next. So I place that all over my face, but I really concentrate extra right here in my forehead and on my nose and in my cheek area, but really right here in this button of the nose is where I get really super shiny. And the way that the light is today, it looks shiny, but I promise it's not oily. So I put that on. So then I take another step. I know, right? So I've had this in my on my vanity for a while. It's Expert Instant Matte from, I think it's Boots is the name, so you can see that. So it's a liquid. So the one thing I do not like about this is that I wish it was more of a spray, so I could spray where I want to. So it is, you open it and you just pour it out, but you need to shake it really well. So it's basically like a liquid powder. So then I rub it really into my forehead, and I really concentrate in my nose area, and I let that sit and dry. So you go through the whole fanning motion, right? So I go through and I sit that dry. Then depends. Then sometimes I will go and put on my foundation, and then after I put on my foundation, I will go over with it with the Neutrogena Shine Control powder. Now, I'll put the foundation on, I will put the Shine Control powder on, but one of the things that I do with the Shine Control powder is that I was doing it with like a powder brush, a fluffy like brush like this, but I've changed and I actually use it with the flat top brush so I can press it into my foundation. So I just swirl it, and as you can see, I love this stuff because I've hit pan on it. So just swirl it in there, and then really just kind of press it in. So I leave it just like that, and then I start working on my eyes and all that kind of the good stuff. So then at that particular point is when I will go and finish out my routine with the powder to set it, and then utilizing at the very end, when everything is all said and done, I put on the Infallible Pro Matte or Makeup Extender, this setting spray. That's the very last thing after everything's done. But what I really think is helping with the shine staying away is because of the things that I do first. So I do the witch hazel, wipe down the oils from my face. So I start out with a clean, dry face. Put on my oil moisturizer, because even though oily, need a little bit of moisture, but I need to kind of control the oil. Hook that up with the primer, which is the Neutrogena Shine Control Primer, so I can keep the oils at bay. Make sure we're going to try to go that extra step. Put on that Instant Matte, right? Really concentrate. Now it will turn like gray white mask because I've already got this rice protein that's on there, and then I put this on there. You'll start to see a little, but when you blend it out with, it's fine. You won't see the white cast. It won't leave anything that there because you're rubbing it in. But when you first put it in, you're like, oh, it's white. Just rub it in to dry it in, and you're good to go. So then I will either put this straight on, so I will put this into my face, then foundation, or I'll put foundation on, and then I will put this on top of the foundation and finish out the rest of my face. So that's really what I've done the last couple of days to kind of help me out, because I haven't really had the opportunity and the time, just because of what I've been doing here lately, to go back in and try to blot and all that kind of stuff. I know you're like, well, there's lunch and breaks, and really with my break, I really haven't been getting one, but that's a whole nother story because people are always talking to me. But anyways, I wanted to share that because that was asked, and I will take a picture of these items, and I will also just show you the photos on Instagram as well. But I'm going to send folks over here so they can see what exactly that I actually put on my face. As far as my face today, it looks like I really have no makeup on, which is basically true. So all I did was my eyebrows. I have a flush of color all over the lid, which was from my NYC palette, and I use this because I'm just going to go actually have a rental, and believe it or not, the rental needs maintenance or it needs to be switched out or whatever. So I just put this all over my lid just to give it so it doesn't just have the dark circle area here. Put on mascara, no liner, did not put mascara on the bottom lashes. And today, because I am running errands, I didn't do a whole face. I don't have foundation on. So since I don't have foundation on, I went through and I started my face with the Neutrogena Shine Control Powder. Put that all over my face. Put this on my nose. And then went with the MAC Mineralized Skin Finish powder, and I am done. So this is really my no makeup look of the day. Took all of 5 minutes. Maybe I'll do a video and show you how I put that all together. If you want to see that, just leave it down below. Leave a comment, and I will talk to you, beautiful. Anyways, I'll talk to you, Butterfly Beauties, later. Bye.